Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows, and I'm showing you something sort of semi-old and something semi-new. It is called DeEss3. You can see it right up here. The thing you can do with the de-esser is you can make people have an incredible lisp and crank it up like this. DeEss is the older plugin. I've had it for some time. And this version goes back to the earlier implementations of it. It's one of those ones like with pressure where there was a kind of magical quality to the first implementation, and there was at least one version where I tried to improve on it, wasn't able to do that. So this is the original implementation of DeEss that has some kind of high-powered friends out there, but it is 80-bit like all the purist plugins, and it has a special request. Should I say a special request from a friend of mine who asked for a sense monitor. You may ask, what is a sense monitor? A sense monitor does this. Put on the sense monitor, you get to hear only the sibilants. You can only hear when it comes on. And if we turn it up, I'm driving it so hard you can kind of hear the sounds, but still it's mostly the S's. We'll take that off for a second so I can actually talk. You hear only the S's doing that, so you can dial in what they're doing and get only the, you don't want it engaging when it's not supposed to. Like, we'll go back to that. You don't want it engaging when it's not supposed to. You can hear some of my sounds like this, but turn it down so that only the S's and the most intense S's. That was me saying S's and the most intense S's. Using the sense monitor, you can dial it in. Now you'll notice I'm not getting a good de-essing because due to the way it's working, it is taking too much off the S's. It's making them become kind of like lisping. So what we'll do is we'll crank up the intensity even more until it's completely wrong. And we'll talk about these other controls. Max DS is just the amount that you get. Like at 0, we're not getting a change. It's the same as having it in bypass, and nothing is being done. But as you start attenuating it, you start getting more of a cutback right down to really extreme amounts of cancellation like this here. But that's not the only control that DeEss uses to get a sound. This other one is frequency, and that will become very helpful as far as reasonably getting de-essing happening. For instance, this is set pretty strong, but if we turn it all the way up, all of a sudden we're not getting any changes again, or at least very few changes to this. And that's because the frequency control is the frequency band that we're ducking using the max DS. If it's set way high like this, we're trying to only remove the highest frequencies. If it's set very low, we're removing all kinds of stuff and we're getting the lispy effect. So you can tone control the frequencies hit by the DS, and this I think is what makes it useful to people. We'll go to the sense monitor now, and you can see that this is getting a big extended S. Crank it up even more. You can hear how I'm cranking it up, getting a sound. Then as we turn it up to here, getting a subtle sound. Then take it down some, so that we've got this going on. This is the sort of sound that you might want with a DS. A little higher. This is the sort of sound that you might want with a DS. if you couldn't read my lips, what I'm clearly saying is this is the sort of sound that you might want from a de-esser. It's taking off the fizzy highs out of the S's, but it's not wiping out all of, I mean, you're not getting the lispy effect. And this is for just dialing in and working with. I hope you like it, but there's also stuff that you can do with de-essers that don't even involve vocals. And here's one. We've got a drum kit thing going on, and as I turn it up, you'll notice that it does something. Sense monitor. We can use this to adjust things like hi-hats and drums as well. You can use the frequency control, or simply dial in. And that was just the top of the intensity there. So a de-esser is a very useful tool, and airwindows DeEss3 is the latest variation on the classic airwindows DeEss. It is exactly what the original DeEss was, with all of the controllability. That was a little awkward, but I mean, this time I've got a video to show you how to use it, so that should be some help. And it is 80-bit like all the purist plugins. So this is probably the best DeEss in the world. Most likely. And I hope you like it. It's $50 like the other airwindows plugins. Thanks.